So today is my business presentation, and this business presentation is an opportunity given to me to represent my business and what I do and what value addition I do. So I am a founder of Unfolding Values at business consulting firm, and Unfolding Values we try to unfold values to our clients so they can have complete independence and complete freedom to do what they like to do, and we can take care of stuff which we are good at. So my vision for the company, for myself and the company is to having 1% positive impact on a billion individuals or their businesses. This vision helps me keep going forward. This vision helps me wake up every morning and sleep better every night. But who I am, what exactly I do, what what makes me who I am. So I'm an optimistic problem solver. I am someone who makes sure I'm optimistic that all the problems can be solved, and I help businesses and individuals solve their problem with best of my knowledge and skills and 100% of my commitment. This is a small mission statement I have that it allows me to to be 100% involved with my clients and make sure that they believe I'm an extended arm for them instead of just being an outside professional. But why I'm optimistic? What makes me optimistic uh, in this uncertain world? So I truly believe 100% of world's problem can be solved by 100% committed entrepreneurs. This is the reason why I feel that I'm optimistic towards all the problems and I'm optimistic with all the entrepreneurs I work with. I truly believe that we can together, if all the entrepreneurs want, we can solve all the problems in the world with our innovative ideas, with the skill sets, and with a commitment and a vision to solve it. As you're solving the world's problem, you need someone to solve yours, and that's where you came in. But how can I solve the problems? And this is something which a very basic question I receive from most of my clients and most of my um, potential clients that how exactly a business consultant and how exactly you solve the problems. So one reason is the qualification. I am skilled and trained by the following institute. I'm a licensed CPA in the US. And the license CPA is exactly same as how you have a chartered accountants in the India. So I have a right to sign the audit reports. I can give you a financial advisory. I can sign the compilation of accounts and all these things. I'm an MBA finance from IMT Ghaziabad, and I'm an MCOM from England. So I'm being trained and skilled and pass examination for all these prestige institutes. Secondly, my experience. I have a decade of experience in the foreign industry. My scope of area covers pharmaceutical industry, FMCG's industry, infrastructure, e-commerce, fashion, telecom, blockchain, and investor relations. These are some industries which I got an opportunity to serve my clients and add value to the business by one or another way. But there are some specific problems which I solve, and there's specific scope of area which I serve to for my clients. And those are decision making, when I talk about decision making, I talk about make or outsource the decisions of making inside in-house or outsourcing to the from other firm or other factories or other facilities, buy or rent a property or buy or rent a machinery in their businesses. What should be the product pricing for them? Acquisition of an IP. IP is intellectual property. Any kind of intellectual property acquisition requires a lot of valuation because there's not a direct valuation present for anyone. Plus, any third party valuation, independent valuation of a business is something I do, and etc. So these are the main core decision making areas where I help my clients. I also help them making financial modeling and planning, which means includes asset allocation, cash disbursement, cash burn analysis. When I say cash burn analysis, it means that when you're spending cash and you are not able to receive much from the business, you are spending net, you're burning cash in the business. So how much cash you need to burn sometimes if you have to, how much cash is required in coming future to burn more cash and achieve the vision of the company. I also help them create startup kits. The startup kits have multiple horizon for it. It is 30 seconds pitch, which we call as an elevator pitch, which requires you to be very on the point and very specific about your ask. Then there are 15 to 30 minutes pitch, which is a second opportunity pitch where you get a chance in front of investors to make them interested in your detailed analysis of the business. And then second is two, which is complete detailed conversations, which requires detailed analysis of your business, past, present, and future. And we discuss not only the vision of the company, but we go into a deep analysis of your business, where we talk about all the nitty-gritty, your USPs, where you are good at, where you are with struggles and everything. Then there are financial reporting and feedback loops, where I create a systematic and client-specific reporting and analysis systems. I'm so sorry. On a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis. It helps them understanding their business, getting a proper feedback whenever it's required, and it helps them in achieving their targets without risking too much of a capital. And lastly, I also provide individual financial planning. This is something where I help my clients individually to achieve their goals, their personal goals, their business goals, and understanding what their requirements are and provide value, how they can achieve their goals, how much time it takes, and how much resources it requires. I'm sorry. Um, there's some specific problems which I solved in my career and which I'm really proud of. I help a US listed company raise 30 to $40 million in the last 5 years. The reason I said 30 to 40 million is because I help them raising in different sources. In all those different sources, the sometimes amount has not been disclosed completely, and but it is at least $30 million, and it goes up to $40 million. Evaluated over 15 startups for investment by different clients. I invested my clients' money around $500,000 in different startups. Set up and led a US accounting and finance team in India, and evaluated over 50 listed companies for acquisition and investment in India, the UK, Canada, and the US. So these are the problems which I solve for my clients, which I'm really proud of. But today, as I'm taking a validation slot as well, so today, to give you an example about my process, how I do it, what are the right way I go through a problem and how we solve it, let me try solving one for everyone. And let me try to give you a little bit of a sneak peek how it looks like when you sit on the table with me and try to solve a problem. The topic which I took is financial independence. And the reason I took financial independence is something which we are all related, which we all, I believe, are great for. That if we can be financially independent in our career or we can be financially independent in our life, it helps us doing a lot. So with this presentation, I'm going to help you showing the steps which can take over and help you achieving the financial independence. But before that, let's try to understand what does it mean. And let's open the house a little bit. Anyone wants to take, and I'll take only 1 minute for this. Anyone who likes to say, what does it mean? What are the understanding of financial independence for them? Anyone?
So that would mean that you don't have to worry about your finances in the future, like your retirement plan or your operational costs, your investment.
Okay, that's a good start. Anyone else?
So minimize the difference between the asset and liabilities. Whatever the liability you have, are you able to meet out through your assets?
There must be
Okay.
consistent source of income, no matter what is happening on your professional or personal life, but income of flow of income should not never stop.
Thank you, Shashikanji. Anyone else?
Maintaining
So,
proper cash flow.
sorry,
Maintaining proper cash flow.
maintaining proper cash flow. Okay, thank you. So, anyone else?
सर रोहित सर, मेरा थोड़ा सिंपल सी लैंग्वेज है फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए कि जो आपका खर्चा है, जो लिविंग आया है, उसके लिए वो यदि आपका सफिशिएंट इनकम हो रही है तो वो फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस में काउंट होगी.
Good. So, before we go and try to explain what it is, let's try to understand what it does not mean. Because it has a lot of confusion, a lot of myth, and a lot of misconception about financial independence. So let's try to see what it does not mean. It does not mean becoming a millionaire. It's not related to any kind of a financial hit in a certain amount of money which you can achieve. It does not mean earning in dollars. Just because you have a higher exchange rate, it does not mean that you're earning in any other currency, you'll become a financial independent. It does not mean that you never work again. This is something which is the biggest misconception people has, that the only reason and the only way to become, the only time I can be financially independent when I'll never work again, when I never ever have to work again. Then the settling down for your next generation, settling down the next generation. आपकी पुश्तों तक के लिए पैसा बच जाए, ये भी आपकी फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस नहीं है कि आपके साथ पुश्ते भी कुछ नहीं कमाएंगे, कुछ भी काम नहीं करेंगे, तो भी वो they will be happy and they're able to live their life properly. That's also does not get financial independence. Depending on your parents and partner is not at all financial independence. That's a financial burden. Just because someone else is paying for your expenses doesn't mean that you are financially independent. And winning a lottery is also not hoping every single day, go and put your money in the stock market options and buying a lottery in the states where it's legal does not mean that you are working towards a financial independence. So these things does not has anything to do when it talks about financial independence. So what it actually means? It actually means achieving a financial state where you no longer need to work for money and you have freedom, all your financial limitation and burdens. Please note that I'm saying you no longer need to work for money. It doesn't mean you don't have to work for money. You just don't need to work for money. And does not also mean that you don't have to work. And you have the freedom from all your financial limitation and burdens. There, whatever limitations you have financially, whatever burdens you have financially, those financial burdens and those financial limitations are not there. The stage of your life where you achieve that part, it means that you're financially free. It doesn't need to do anything with your job. It doesn't need to do anything with your business. It doesn't need to do anything with your earning capacity, how much money you are earning, how much expense. I have seen people who earn 50, 60,000 rupees and they're financially independent. And I've seen people who are earning in lakhs every month, but they're not financially independent. So it's not a dollar, it's not a tangible value. It's just at the day when you realize that you're free from all your financial limitation and burden, you are financially independent. But how can we achieve it? And that's something which everyone opts for. That what are the steps? How exactly I can be financially independent? Which I believe most of us are not. But let's take a show of hands. Anyone in the room can say that I am financially independent.
Not yet,
Jyoti
Rohit.
ma'am,
नो
Jyoti
रोहित,
ma'am,
नहीं अभी नहीं, कोई भी नहीं ऐसा.
Here
आप
Jyoti
लोग
ma'am,
financially independent.
sorry.
We are here to become an financial independent.
Yes, we have everyone strive for it. Everyone is looking to do that. But other than Jyoti ma'am, no one is financially independent in the group right now. So let's try if we can do it today. Let's try if I can give you a little bit plan today. let's try if I can give you steps, actual steps to do something today. I like to give a heads up. It's not easy. It's very difficult. It's very difficult in a country like us where we need to achieve not only our, where the responsibilities are not limited and the source of income are. But there are some steps which we can follow, and there are some steps which we can do every single day, and slowly and steadily we might able to do it. So what are the steps? First is understand and accept where you are right now in the journey. It's very important for us and every one of us to really understand where we are in the journey, what that numbers look like, where how much I'm able to do now, what exactly I need, if I need, how long it will take for me to achieve there, what are the steps I need to do that. All those things, the understanding and acceptance is very much required and very much important. There are many times I've seen that clients are very uncomfortable having this conversation because it's a very difficult conversation. It's a very difficult conversation when you go and you say that I am earning X amount and my expenses are 1.5 times out of X. And it's a very difficult conversation with everyone. And I do respect that. But it's very important to have that conversation and make sure that you understand and accept that this is the situation right now. And these are the next steps which are required to fix the situation. Then track your sources of income, expenditure, and debt. It's very important to have a track. It's really, really important to have a track. It's really important to have a hold on your numbers because whenever you have a hold on your numbers, you can easily go ahead and change them. You can easily go ahead and plan for them. But if you don't have a hold on your numbers, what it does is you are going to make all your problems bigger when it comes, when it shows up. Until and unless if you're tracking your number, you can anticipate that a problem is coming or you can anticipate a good thing is coming in your life. Then pen down the future goals and targets. That's, as I said earlier, it's very important to have a structured way of understanding that this is my goal is, this is the money I need, this is the time I need, this is what I want to do if I get financial freedom. These are the steps, this is the journey looks like, this is the estimated time looks like, and this is how I'm going to achieve it. Then creating an alternative source of income. And this is, I, with all my honesty, I can say you that in my last 10 years of experience, 99% of the solution is to create alternative source of income. No matter, I can help you in understanding investments and making sure you're saving right, you're investing right, you are reducing your expenses. But at a certain age, especially if you're before 40, 45, in our country, like 50 also, I would always suggest to have alternative sources of income. Then know your risk profile. Uh, Knowing your risk profile can secure your present as well as the future. It's very important to make sure that yes, today we are where we are standing, how much risk with the money we can take, how much risk with my time I can take. Start slow and incrementally increase your savings and investment. The problem in India is, and problem all over the globe is that people don't start investing or start saving because the tangible amount is slow, is very small. So if you can do 1,000 rupees every month, it's a good start. Don't hesitate in starting just because you feel that amount is small. And once once the return starts showing, once you start seeing that the amount, 1,000 rupees you're investing, in 3 years, it becomes 4,000, 5,000 rupees, you'll be motivated enough to increase the 10,000 to 10,000 and in 10,000s. Then earn enough passive income. Passive income means, I don't know if you guys are aware of, passive income means where your time is not actively involved. So if you're not involved actively in any business or anywhere, that is known as passive income. So we need to build a passive income where you can trade your time for your main source of income or where you want to work, your passion, and you are able to manage your expenses from your passive income, which is your main focus and required and survival expenses. Then repeat the step one in the beginning of new year. It means review every single year you need to review. If someone is aggressive investment portfolio, I would suggest reviewing it every 6 months. Make sure your goals are achieving. Make sure you are on track of your goals. Make sure nothing new comes which requires any kind of amendments. Because life is uncertain. You cannot have same plan for the whole lifetime. These are the steps. Then we have levels of financial independence. There are certain levels where we can levels of financial independence. There's not single one level of there's not single thing which is same for everyone. Which you can say that I become financially independent only this time. But there are different levels of it. What I mean by different levels is that there are different satisfaction level and there are different conditioning of your resources, which we can do to achieve different level of financial independence. And these levels are in the priorities and in the same level as top to bottom. So first level of independence is secure your family, securing to having a comfort that your family is secure after you or when any difficult time comes. So I would suggest to have a life and health insurance. Everyone should have health and life insurance with you if you want to have financial independence. No matters how much help I do, one bad news can wipe up all your money, all your peace of mind, everything what you built in last 10 to 15 years. Then securing your bad times. Bad times means bad time going into job or your businesses. We all experienced COVID very recently. So we know that what bad times looks like. So I would always suggest to have 3 to 12 months of emergency funds. What emergency fund means is not 3 or 4, 12 months of emergency funds of income, but 3 to 12 months of funds for your expenses. So whatever your expenses are, you need to have 3 to 12 months of that. How the 3 to 12 months come? Depending on your ability to start fresh, depending on the ability of risk involved in your business, and depending on the ability of seasonality of your business or your job. So if you are someone who can easily find a job, who can easily go back and do job somewhere else, or the business does not require capital, one setback can is not something which shakes you. 3 months of emergency funds is good enough. But as your risk in the business increase, as your risk seasonality of the business increase, as your appetite increase, your expenses increase, responsibility increase, the emergency fund should have a longer period. The maximum I would suggest is 12 months. Achieve freedom from rat race. This is a place where you start feeling you're doing it for yourself. Till now, you're doing it to secure your present. Now we are talking about securing the future. So achieving freedom from the rat race. You can work for money according to your preference. Rest of your time you spend as you want. This means that you don't need to work when you don't need to wake up every morning and go to the office just because you want money at the end of the month or you want money. You don't need to see the client. If you don't want to see that client, you don't need to work with that client. It means that money is not a motivation factor for you anymore. Then you have basic retirement. Basic retirement means you've created enough source of income, passive source of income, where you need to downsize the standard of living, but you have freedom. So, for example, today, if you're having a lavish lifestyle, you are having international vacation every 3 months, you can downsize it. You can make it domestic. You can have a low, you can move to a smaller house. You can reduce your expenses. You can stop eating out, but you have a basic freedom that you don't need to work for money. You don't need to work for anyone. You can do whatever you love, irrespective of financial burden. Then there's an actual retirement. Actual retirement means that whatever is the current standard of living, you maintain the same standard of living with source of income you generated. Then there's a dream retirement. Dream retirement is creating enough passive income which can not even fund yourself today, can also fund your passion and dreams. Am I going over time?
I'm sure it's gonna close now. No?
Yeah, I just need 3 to 4 minutes. Then there is a dream retirement. Then there's lastly is earn more than you can spend. It's a best quality of life. This is where the next generation comes. This is where you not only help yourself, you're going to help the societies and everyone. So these are the different level of financial freedom which we plan with the clients, or which you can plan for yourself, considering your level of satisfaction. Then there's some tools to achieve that. The tools are the unfolding value is the biggest tool. You can talk and come and meet me, and we can have a discussion about it. I can create a plan for you. I can create a detailed investment and a plan, and I can help you achieve that, creating a roadmap to achieve the financial freedom. Then there's a Blue Coin. Blue Coin is an app which helps you budgeting, which helps you with the daily expenses. It's a very simple app on a mobile. I would like everyone to put all your expenses, income on Blue Coins to understand how much over budget or under budget they are. Then you have QuickBooks. This is a software for accounting. It's an online software for accounting, very easy. Sunil sir can help you using it, and this software can help you understanding your assets and liability. Wind is an software and app which helps you investing in debt. So if someone is a passive investor, debt is something which you look for. Then you have Coin, which is owned by Zerodha. For this is for mutual funds. And then you have investment in stock. All this, other than unfolding values, are suggestions. I use them personally. That's why I'm suggesting it. I have nothing, no affiliation with any of them. Then this is to achieve that. So this is what financial independence look like. This is what my process looks like. This is what I do for my clients. I have to serve better, to give a more good reference and understanding of how I work. I work in three models. I work in a consultancy model where there's a one-to-one discussion with the client, understand his or her problem statement, discuss all the possible outcomes, and suggest the best alternative in my experience. The cost is 11,000 per hour. First 15 minutes are always free to understand the requirements and making sure the client is comfortable with me. After that, the billing starts. Then the product-based model. This includes services like pitch deck, financial modeling, decision-making, model, financial plans, and reporting reviews. This model, based on the requirement of the client, goes from 51,000 to 7.5 lakh rupees, depending on what exact expectations client has and how big the project is, how long the project is. Then there's a retainership. Retainership includes a service where I partner with you. I will act as a virtual CFO, process head, principal accounting officer, chief management officer, etc. My role will include providing up to 50 hours in a month where I will create, manage, review, and report my function processes. And this is at least a minimum year commitment. This is like the fee structure somewhere lies between a lakh rupees, 3.5 lakh rupees monthly. So this is what a service model, which this is what my model looks like. For my BT members, this is my gift. For next 45 days, I provide 50% discount on all my basic services. So for example, any kind of a consulting for BT member, you can have it for 5,100 rupees per hour. Product base includes my product based model reduced from 51,000 to 25,000, and membership we can start from 51,000. So that's my gift for today. My ask from the members is that please connect me with the businesses who wants to grow their businesses, unable to cross the threshold, raise fund, needs help in pitch deck and understanding investors' expectations, anyone who needs to manage their funds, analysis, important financial decisions in the businesses. Thank you so much. And if anyone has a question, I don't know how much time is left, but if there's any, I open the house for the questions.